leadership in space.
This is not a test.
This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Congress passes the most sweeping civil rights bill ever to be written into the law, and thus
justifies the unconditional surrender of Japan.
gasoline engines, the Wright brothers took to the air. The world soon followed.
May, indeed, will be called the Electric Age. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth from his continent
To form a more perfect union and justice.
In the course of human events, it becomes necessary for
declared that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states.
The pursuit of happiness is defined as a basic right mentioned in the Declaration of Independence. That is, as long as you do not do anything illegal or infringe on the rights of others, you can freely pursue happiness and live in a way that makes you happy. And now let's see how the four works of American literature reflect this theme. The first work is a short story named The Law of Nature, written by Jack London, and it was first published in 1901. And the story tells people that everyone has to face the death in the end of their life, and the thing is, how do we face it and how do we solve it in that situation? And this may be some kind of way that people pursue happiness. And from the short story, there is also regionalism, that is particular tradition of a particular culture in a particular region. The second work is a novel that named The Call of Wild, which was also written by Jack London in 1903. In the novel, the power and courage needed to survive in the wild has always been the core idea of Jack London's creation. Perhaps that's the way of happiness that characters pursue. Through the novel, I learned life is contradictory and the world is complex, but this is a reality. The third work is a poem named My City, which was written by James Weldon Johnson and was first published in 1935. The author is really sad for leaving the city and he expresses the bad feeling. Maybe that's the way he pursued happiness, as he tries to express his bad feeling. And in the poem, I can see the city will never stop developing with passing of time. The last one is a non-fiction work named Why Soldiers Won't Talk, which was written by John Steinbeck in 1943. Soldiers have experienced a hard situation after war. The way to heal the heart is not to talk, and being respected and provided more care in the society. Through the essay, I learned what a war brings to humans and make humans think of the importance of peace. From the four works in chronological order, they develop the theme of pursuit of happiness in different environments, from nature to human society, which follows change of period. Also, it may reflect people pursuing happiness for surviving in the nature, and it turns to pursue happiness mentally in the society. The theme of the pursuit of happiness is really important in American literature because people should pursue happiness in order to make the life better. It's good for people as American authors keep returning to it and thinking about it, which makes people concerned more about it.
Phil died young, but every time I talked to him, he'd always say, "Are you happy in your work?" And I realized that that's really the key thing. Those other things are great fun, but if you're not happy in your work, you don't have much of a shot. I have a chapter on happiness, on what happiness is. At some point in the book, I felt, probably should have done it early in the book, but I did it late in the book. Well, wait a minute, what is happiness? And so I did research into the most current social science, and it's what you might think. Money does not make people happy. Riches and wealth does not make people happy.
How do you know?
Well, there's studies. There are people who at these universities, this is what they do. David Myers is one. There's others. But what does make people happy? But very destitute people aren't happy either. They can't be happy, really. Eleanor Roosevelt talked about this, and I quote her. But for people in modern America to be happy, they have to have a sense that their work means something, and that they're listened to in the workplace, and that they're contributing to society. These are very reassuring things to find out.